Man, I can't wait for the day there's an easy camera setup, you know? You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking the old glasses today. I definitely scratched my eye. It's fine. It's not like I use my eyes for anything. Man, I'm just looking at the temperature here, and what's cracking me up is it's like 10 degrees hotter in the garage versus outside the garage, but then it's colder inside than regular outside. So I'm like, why is the garage just magically hotter? It's the morning. Not like it's baking. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try 3 points. Okay, I'm gonna try 3 points today. Let's see if I can shorten my span up, because no one wants to sit for like 10 minutes. Nobody. I can barely sit for 10 minutes. This is very difficult to do when you don't have points. Like if I don't think about points ahead of time. So yesterday, a friend of mine called me and he said if there's anyone that he knows that knows anamorphic lenses, it's me. And the answer to that is yes. Yes, I do. So we're gonna demo that today. We're gonna go demo those anamorphic lenses and see what kind of a cool look we can't get. See if we can't learn. But I'm gonna give you three really good reasons why I like anamorphic lenses, why they are better in my opinion than spherical lenses. For the nerds out there, for the non-nerds that don't know what those are, that would be the non-spherical kind are the anamorphic ones. Okay, hold on. So for you non-camera people, regular lenses are called spherical lenses because they're shaped like a sphere. I know they look circular, but they're not. I don't have a problem with those. I like circle lenses. Everybody likes circle lenses. But then you have wonky lenses that are shaped like this. That's kind of fun. You know, it's very important what glass you put in front of your sensor. Like that is your image. I don't care what camera you're using. It's basically just a little block of sensor. They all basically work the same. So your lens is kind of the deal there. Okay, so one of the reasons I like anamorphic lenses is it naturally gives you the widescreen look. That is where it came from. Now you can throw black bars, like you can actually add black bars to the top and bottom of your screen, and it's gonna look like the same shape, but it's not the same. And you can even crop. You can actually cut off the top and bottom of your image, and you still get that same shape. But then, you know, you're cutting off so many pixels from your camera, and that's not very efficient. So let's say you combat that by shooting at a higher resolution and then cropping it. Well, okay, but it makes it wider whenever you use an anamorphic lens. Okay, so then I'll use a wide angle lens. You see how many times it gets stacked? Like you can use an anamorphic lens, or you can shoot wider and you can crop. I guess that's about it, but it's not a great approach for the widescreen look. Alternatively, you could rotate your anamorphic element 90 degrees and you could go from like a rectangle to a square picture at the end, which is kind of cool. And that's what we're going to demo later today. So yeah, point number 2, why wouldn't you just do that? Why wouldn't you just crop the lens and shoot wider? Well, because there's something really nice about an anamorphic lens. You get things like chromatic aberration, which is not really supposed to happen, but it does, and it makes it feel a little more organic, you know, a little more real. You get some chromatic aberration. You get some, which nobody hearing this probably knows what chromatic aberration is, but I'm going to explain it like this. You know, like a really cheap lens, a really bad one, you kind of look near the edges of the lenses and you get like those blue or red rainbowy blurriness on the outside. That's kind of what it is. You get some of that. You get some different compression. That's what's different. The lens is compressed one way and it acts like that lens, and then it acts like a different lens later. So you get the wide view that you like, but it still feels like whatever lens it is tall. So it might feel like an 85, you know, up front with your character's face, but it's like it's a wide 85. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You kind of get everything in one. Let's see. The other cool factor is the bokeh, the fancy word for the out of focus bubbles of light in the background. Whenever it's blurry, the blurriness has a shape. I just got kind of distracted for a second. It gets blurry. Let's see, anything else? Yes, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. So I would prefer that my lenses also aren't perfect, because that would be perfect. You know, when it's not perfect, it's just kind of, you know, a little jank, a little iffy on the, it's just kind of weird, you know? Sometimes you just need a weird lens. All these modern lenses, they're too clean. You got to throw something in the mix. Cameras are perfect and lenses are perfect. So when I get the chance to throw a wonky lens on there, I do. You use a wonky camera, I mean, kind of using a wonky camera, but when you're using a wonky camera, you're asking for it, because something's going to break, and you don't want it to be your colors. You don't want it to be you don't want your image quality to be bad, but assuming the camera is a decent camera, and also if you want to do a lot of color grading, I would hope that it's a 10-bit camera, not an 8-bit camera. That's a pretty big factor. Okay, so that's point 2. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Let me think of point 3. Give me a second. Just a second. Stop pressuring. Let's see, point 1 was the wide field of view and the framing. 2 is the effects that it gives you. Let's see. I gave a lot of different reasons in the second point, so I kind of used up all my reasons on the second point. So I guess that means that my third point would be, I like it just because it's a little different. Yeah, it's like mainstream Hollywood, but there's not a lot of independent shooters that will shoot anamorphic. Like there are, don't get me wrong, but I cannot, as far as I know, just go to B&H actually B&H would probably have them. Can't go to some of those just regular photo stores and pick up an anamorphic lens, especially not a vintage one. I mean, the vintage one costs a lot of money, but what lens doesn't? Okay, well, I think that's 3 points. Still took just about as long to cover that, but cool, I guess. I'm sure this has been the most entertaining. I'm sure this has been the best. You know why curve is better than circle. But I shot this on a circle, so well, toodaloo. Well, have a great day.